Alright, boys.
ASAP from the net.
We back.
Let's get it.
We back.
What's good?
Sorry for the long overdue uploading delay. Just ran into some personal problems. We also had finals that week.
Finals week had me down.
Hey, but we back.
It completely ruined the vibe. I'm sorry. I completely forgot to move my fucking microphone up. But anyway. That's really why it took so long, guys. Sorry about that once again.
Hell yeah, but we uploaded the Embry interview the other day.
Yeah.
I got that
Y'all should
at
definitely
least.
go check that out, man. That interview was amazing.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that yet, it's actually a pretty good interview if you like that kind of music too, for sure.
For sure, man. For sure. All right, man. Let's get into it.
Let's get straight to it.
Man, Kyle Kuzma's trainer shot some shots at LeBron, man. What exactly were the comments that he said about
All right,
LeBron?
so the situation was like he had gone on his Instagram story and he said it was after the Christmas game. He's like, go back and watch the footage. It's easy to tell who's been actually putting in work in the lab, referring to Kawhi, saying that his skill set was much sharper than LeBron's was during that game. And he felt that, he said, I'm on vacation, I got all the questions. And then he said, and so they asked LeBron about it, and he said, anytime you can put something in, put my name in with something.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's how it's going to get talked about. But that's kind of the story.
Yeah,
but it was Clint Parks is like Kuzma's trainer's name.
Oh, okay.
And what Kuzma did was he had tweeted, call a spade, almost like he was siding with his trainer.
Mm-hmm. I saw too that I guess when he tweeted that, he didn't even see like that his trainer had tweeted that. It was really just irrelevant. Like he was like, I tweet random stuff all the time. Like he's like, it just kind of happened at a weird timing, honestly.
Yeah, but the thing is, LeBron's obviously made his mark in places other than basketball. He has like the I Promise School. He filmed Space Jam 2 over the summer. Mm-hmm. He has different like charitable organizations. Like obviously he's gonna have a lot more on his plate than Kawhi.
And they're at different stages of their career,
Yeah, exactly.
Kawhi's like in his prime.
Yeah,
I feel
Kawhi,
like, right
it's his ninth season.
We would all say maybe LeBron's just past his prime. Obviously, he's getting older.
He's got all these advertisements, these endorsements. He's busy. Like
Cranberry Sprite.
And if you look back at the interviews that Eric Spoelstra had, like talking about his work ethic, like there would be times during the off season that like he doesn't have to. There's no reason to explain it. LeBron doesn't have to explain himself or something like that.
And Clint, like being Kuzma and Kawhi's trainer, like he's gonna say that because it's his client, like he's just kind of trying to hype up his head.
And you know what's so wild is like, LeBron may have not been in the gym as much as Kawhi has this summer, but the dude's still top 10 in scoring with 25.5 points per game.
Exactly.
He's first in assists.
Lakers are still putting on too.
And then he's top 30 in rebounding. Yeah, and they're putting on. They've had a little bit of a skid lately. Who doesn't? Every good team goes through a skid like that. It's fine. It's not a big deal. The Lakers are still serious title contenders.
In the interview with LeBron, he had said that Kuzma has gone to him and spoke with him on the situation, and he's, so it's between them.
Yeah, they're cool.
They know what it is.
They even played they played Portland last night, and I guess right when Kuzma checked in, Braun and then passed it back, and then he passed it right back to him. He hit a three right there. He's
too good, too valuable of a player.
They're homies, bro.
It's not going to affect anything.
So you don't think it's going to affect him like during the trade deadline? Because we all know what happened
not
last season.
Not at all, man. They're homies,
yeah, and also,
Kuzma's been the leading scorer a lot. Like, he was the leading scorer in that game last night.
But on that he hadn't really played that well all season. They were kind of...
Really?
Kuzma hasn't
when
been
did
himself
he come
regularly.
back, bro? Because I thought I read something that it was his first game back against
I'm
Christmas.
on my fantasy team. He's been injured for a while.
Okay.
So he's just getting back into the flow.
I didn't really notice that
he chopped a cool little 25 off the bench.
Yeah.
He showed up. His fit was a little fucked, but he showed up.
I didn't mind it.
What was he wearing?
Mind his fit, the cut up, like laced.
What, the one he walked in with?
Oh yeah, his laced fucking the tank top. What the hell was up with that?
I just like all the random
He had some Christmas green on. I'll give him that. He was in the spirit.
I fuck with all the random shit they always try to wear too.
He did. He got hate for that.
He looked like a fucking present.
Westbrook's got some clean ass drip though.
I fuck with Westbrook.
Same stuff. Same story.
He be wearing weird stuff too. Like
Cam Newton kind of looks like a grandma.
Cam Newton though, when he had the what did he wear? That was he wore some weird shit that one.
Yeah,
the thing that was like
stuff.
it literally wrapped.
That's what I'm saying. He looked like a grandma.
He looked fried with the little because he had like the little Harry Potter fucking glasses on with the shit.
He was fucking born in the Pilgrim times.
I'm sure the glasses are probably worth more than everything I got on, but
looking like he could be in what's that? what is it, Goldilocks? That's what he looks like. He could be in, like a Goldilocks.
Yeah,
shit,
I swear, yeah. Like he had a fucking. Like, it's like he had a fucking toothache.
It was like a chin strap. It was fucking weird.
It was.
I didn't get it. All right. Well, obviously, guys, the Warriors this season they've fallen apart. But they did show a little bit of promise against the Rockets. I mean, oh my God, Harden couldn't get going.
Hell of a game
Westbrook
there.
Couldn't get going. I mean, they just showed a lot of heart. But going into next season, do you think that they'll be like serious contenders? Like, do you think there'll be something to be reckoned with?
I definitely think with having Clay and Steph back, they'll be all right.
I mean, you're gonna have Steph and Clay back. You got D'Lo still on the team. He's definitely.
But do you think D'Lo's still gonna be there next season?
Without a doubt, he's proven his worth already, and we're not even halfway.
That could be weird though. Like,
would
they maybe move Clay to like maybe a 3 spot or something? He's a little taller, you know. Like they could run the one. Him and D'Lo could run the one.
Jordan Poole's a dog, man. That's
GR3 is slept on too. Honestly,
that's what I'm saying. They got some decent
this
players,
year's obviously out of the question for them.
Yeah, they're in like last place right now.
Steph needs to just sit out the rest.
But
of the
moving
year.
forward, I mean, they do have some potential there. Like I think they're going to be. For sure. I would say that they'll be contenders.
And they got Damian Lee from Louisville. He put on that was it the Christmas Day game? He had a double-double in that game. He had like 22 or 24 points, and he had 15 rebounds.
Yeah, he's nice.
The only thing that the Warriors, the only problem for them is they did lose a lot from their dynasty. Like Sean Livingston, didn't he retire? Andre Iguodala got shipped out. KD's obviously in Brooklyn now. And these super teams, like all these stars that are teaming up, they're just going to be gaining experience going into next year.
And like I really think they got a good squad though.
But that's what I'm saying.
Like they got Cauley Stein still and Draymond.
That's the other argument I can make for the Warriors too. Like they have experience too. They obviously know how to win. Like Steph, Draymond, and Clay together.
Like I'm honestly surprised with the squad they have in still. Like that they're in last
because
place.
They like you said they got some decent role players. Man, they got Willie Cauley-Stein, Jordan Poole. Who else did they got? They got Kevon Looney. I think Kevon Looney's not a bad player.
GR3 he's a huge role player for them
even in that finals series with Toronto, Kevon Looney was fighting his ass off, dude. Like that showed because he had like a broken collarbone and he's still out there playing. That speaks volumes, man. Seriously.
For sure.
Yeah, beginning of the season next year they'll be in the talk, no doubt.
Yeah,
for sure, man.
Well, I was really surprised that they won though, honestly.
Yeah,
it was surprising. Too. Like,
I thought it was gonna be a blowout.
Yeah, going into that game, I really did think it was gonna be a 20-point game. Westbrook and Harden had literally just gone off the game before, and
it's kind of weird too. You got to think like those guys that have younger kids too, like playing on Christmas Day. Like, I bet it's just a weird vibe, and you want to win probably for your family so bad if you're playing on those days.
Yeah, and it sucks. I don't know, man. I just feel like being a pro athlete, it definitely has a lot more perks than cons, but that's, playing on Christmas Day is cool and all, but you're away from your family, dog. Like, you're not able to see your kid open up their Christmas gifts and
you got to think of like the away team too, like they're traveling, like they're gonna be in that different city too.
Shoot, sign me up.
Yeah,
if I could do it, I'm gonna do it.
For the check, you're getting paid like that.
Fly them out.
Yeah, if you're getting paid millions,
exactly.
I wouldn't.
They fly them out and have a good Christmas, probably still at the hotel or wherever the fuck they're at.
They pull some Home Alone too. Wake up, guys! It's Christmas. Fucking going crazy.
At the hotel, running downstairs,
and they act all surprised, like the parents in the movie.
They were in a crib.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was like a penthouse of a New York City hotel.
Yeah,
and then they were acting all surprised. Oh, how did the Christmas presents get all there?
He got pissed when Kevin ran up the bill or whatever. Yeah, like they weren't staying in a nice ass place already.
Staying in a penthouse. That's easily gonna be what, a 2000 a night. That's a decent, and it's in New York City. The price of living ain't.
I swear, dude. They must have had some money.
They must have had some hoo-ah.
Mr. McAllister.
Jeez, y'all. A stolen credit card.
Dude, I love that.
Okay, so the Warriors have players that aren't coming back this season, but Oladipo is the Pacers. So
yeah, he'll be back.
Oladipo's projected to come back in the next couple months.
Oladipo's the key for that team.
I really think they're gonna click.
Like being even serious contenders. Even last season he was averaging 18 points per game. That was 16% of their offense, like in scoring. You know what I'm saying? Like he was responsible for 18% of that scoring.
Yeah.
And I just. Oh, yeah, turn Siri off. Yeah, Siri just went off on his phone. But anyway, I mean, and then they
I don't know
lost.
how that happened.
That was bizarre.
The fuck?
Yeah, just
right.
whatever. But they lost Bojan too. I mean, he was averaging literally 18 points per game.
Bojan was solid.
There's another. But the thing is, they brought in other key pieces though. Sabonis has definitely stepped up. Brogdon, holy shit, the main distributor on the ball club, and he's going off. He's averaging 18 points per game. I think.
Yeah, I'm excited to see them run the 1 and 2 together.
Oh, they're going to be a dynamic backcourt for sure. I'd rank them like a top 5 backcourt.
Definitely.
Once he comes back and like healthy, I mean, it's going to take Oladipo obviously a few games to get some track under him.
It's just unfortunate that he's coming back this late. Like the Bucks have been playing together all season, fully healthy.
And I know,
they're just going to continue rolling, and like the Pacers are kind of like starting from the beginning basically in February.
And that's why I say over and over again, you got to give the Pacers props because like right now, like they have still been in that top 8 spot.
Exactly, they've done a good enough job to where when he can come back, they can still make that playoff push.
Exactly,
but is it going to be enough? Is it going to be enough to contend with like?
I mean, at this point though, the East is wide open though. You saw it. I mean,
it's open, but dude, I just feel like. You got to be Milwaukee.
What I'm saying is from that Christmas Day game with the 76ers and Bucks, that just shows you the Bucks can be beaten down.
You're right.
If you if you have the formula to defend Giannis, which honestly with the guys that the Pacers have, they damn near. I mean, I'm not. We
got some tall guys.
They got some dudes.
Miles,
we got size.
Miles may be a bitch when it comes to offense, but when
his
it comes
defense has been
he's
solid.
A monster.
He's up there. I think he's top 10.
Calling him that.
I think he's top 10 for blocks
I'm just
right
saying,
now.
Look. You keep
Speak your mind.
I'm just being honest, dude. I mean, look, against the Heat, when they lost in overtime, Miles played 26 minutes, 9 points, 6 rebounds. You want to know what Sabonis had in 31 minutes? 18 points, 19 rebounds. I mean, come on, dude.
You gotta look though too at the same time. I don't think Miles is playing the same role as Sabonis on the team. They like the way that I've been watching them play, it seems like they want him. It seems like now that I've been watching the other night, I was watching real closely, it's almost like they want him to pop out a little bit for some reason. Like, I don't know why, but nobody crashes offensive boards but Sabonis. I hate that.
That's a terrible
I hate that.
And that's the thing though. Maybe Look, and I'm not saying Miles isn't a good player. I'm just saying when it comes to offensive-wise, look, maybe I shouldn't have called him a bitch, okay? I'll agree with you on that. But the thing is, I think Miles could definitely implement himself.
He's averaging
way
12
more.
or 13, I
get
think.
It. His role may be different on the team, but I feel like if you stick Sabonis and Miles in there to actually get boards for you and actually create offensive production, get guys open, that team could take the next step. And then once Vic comes back and it's added to the mix, that team is a serious contender.
And like I said, Miles, I think he's still top 10 in blocks right now. So like, if he can get a few more boards, him and Sabonis would be great defensively.
I mean, if it keeps working how it's been working, I mean, just roll with it at that point. I mean, he doesn't need to be, if he's going to be in the post, if he's not comfortable in the post, I mean, he doesn't need to be constantly fed in there. He needs to be where he feels comfortable playing.
But obviously, shooting mid-range, he makes it on occasion. I'll admit that. He definitely can hit his shots on occasion. He can have those nights. But more than likely, he's not going to have that type of night, I mean, let's be honest. The dude's not that great of a shooter. He's not like a Jokic where he can just sit out there in mid-range and pop just mid-range jumpers
for sure.
Game. And at least with Jokic, he actually crashes the offensive board,
But as far as offensive boards go, though, if you have a guy like Sabonis in the paint grabbing rebounds, then if Miles can shoot the ball well, he can step out there and take that shot, knowing you got a guy like Sabonis in there to grab the rebounds too.
I just think that if he could implement himself just a little bit more. Look, 6 rebounds, that doesn't cut it for me as a starting center in the NBA. I mean, you need to at least be grabbing
as a superstar center.
Well, he's a power
he's not
forward.
A superstar.
I mean, if they want to take it to the next step, maybe he needs to implement himself on the offensive end just a little, just on the rebounding. Scoring wise, I don't care if he drops 9. Like Miles isn't really a great scorer. I'm just talking.
He's averaging like 12 or 13
rebounding.
right now,
I just think it's bullshit. As a 5 in this league, you're 7 foot tall. Come on now, dude. I mean, if I'm giving you 28, 29 minutes a game, I expect you to at least snatch 10 boards.
But that's partially from him always stepping out, too. That's the reason why he's not able to get on the board.
He definitely could be more aggressive. Because, no doubt about it. That can create to more second chance. I don't know where they're ranking on second chance points.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
They could.
Hey, I mean, you've seen it. When he goes up against true 5s, he gets embarrassed. I mean, Andre Drummond I think that's his kryptonite because Drummond just goes
Detroit kills us
insane.
every time this year. We've played them 2 or 3 times. We've already played them.
We played them 3
as
times. We've only beat them once.
Yeah.
Because Drummond's just a fucking man.
He killed us
He is
every
a
time.
man amongst boys, dude. Because he's going after that Supermax. That's why he's going off this season. I mean, the Pistons may be suffering, but he's just trying to get his guap. So.
But I think late January or early February is like when Vic's projected now to come back. So I think once he's back, they'll probably get rocking.
Yeah, I mean,
they'll get on a roll.
That's what I'm saying, man. They're going to be a dangerous team once he comes back. I just like I've said many times, once Miles just implements stuff just a little bit more on the rebounding end, they're going to be a damn good team. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, I think they'll be solid.
We'll see.
Well, boys, that was a nice little discussion. Let's move on to college basketball, man. A lot of teams have fallen at the number 1 spot, man. 5 teams, and we're not even to January yet.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I mean,
insane.
At this point, if we had to choose, if you had to decide on some teams that have really impressed you, what about those teams stands out to you and like that impresses you about them?
You want me to go?
Let's hear you, Beth.
I still think Arizona. I said that a couple podcasts ago. I believe Arizona is going to be a great team moving forward. They just lose to by. They just.
I'm not even know.
A team you were
I'm
gonna
not
say.
sure.
They just lost. I don't know. But I think Arizona. I think, like we said, I mean, Kentucky just beat Louisville yesterday.
Yeah,
3
that
versus
surprised
19.
me a lot.
I mean, it's just anybody can beat anybody, so it's just.
Yeah.
This year's one of those. Dude, I'm telling
It's
you,
one of
this
those
year's
fluke
just one of
years,
those.
man, because there's
weird
no real
years.
powerhouse. Like it's already shown, there's no powerhouse. So you really, it's just tough to say a team. But if I had to go with anybody, I'd just go with Gonzaga, just because Gonzaga year in and year
That's
out,
what it was.
they're right in it, man.
They just
That's
lost
who
to
it was?
Gonzaga by 4. Yeah.
Okay. Gonzaga's always up
Dude,
there, too.
I swear,
I give them props.
I mean, look at this, man. Going back 3 years. So in 2019, they finished in the Elite Eight. They lost in the Elite Eight. 2018, they finished in the Sweet 16. I mean, that's not great.
They always
but
get Sweet 16.
2017, they lost in the national title game. They're right there every year. It's just a matter of finishing the job, man. They had it. Didn't they lose to North Carolina or
When in
the 2017 national title game? Did they lose to North Carolina?
was it?
No,
Probably either
that
them
was-
or
that
no.
was
Was it either
Villanova.
them or Nova? I'm
Yeah,
sure.
I don't even. It might
I know
have been
Villanova and
I think
North
it was
Carolina
Nova.
played each other too. So
Yeah, it may, but it's still. I mean, they're always right there. Their coach, what's his name? Oh yeah, Mark Few. How the hell did I forget that name? Mark Few's a damn good coach, man. He knows how to. He knows how to produce talent for sure.
yeah, I haven't picked any necessarily standout teams, but one team that surprised me that's in the rankings right now is Butler.
Butler,
Butler's
They're
been
12th
playing
right
well.
now, and they've moved up really quick. They were 24th, I think, 2 weeks ago, and they've moved up really quickly. That Sean McDermott dude has been
The only
putting
question
on.
for Butler is, and the same question
Jordan
goes for
Tucker
IU.
from Duke.
Oh yeah, he's a stud.
They're deep. Butler's deep.
Yeah,
What
they
were
are
you
very.
saying?
I mean, what I was saying was, it just. I don't know why IU was in the discussion though, because my question
They have
for you is,
surprised
who
me.
has Butler beaten though?
That's what I've been wondering
have
too.
they-
I need to look back. I need to try to look back at their schedule because I'm not sure who they beat that's caused them to be up in the rankings. Because IU just hasn't really played anybody yet.
I mean, IU they beat
They
Florida
beat Florida State,
down
but
pretty bad.
and they're still up in the rankings too. Florida State
That's
is
what I don't understand. What must?
But
IU
that's
do?
it.
What's
I don't
gotten them
think
there
they
is
need
that they've
one
been
more.
consistently winning, so their record is 11-1 or so.
They got
but-
Maryland coming up though, just
Yeah,
after
conference
the new
play's
year,
about to
so
start. So you're
once
really
they get
gonna
Big
start-
Ten teams going, they're gonna.
With conference play starting, you're gonna start to see these teams get weeded out by who you think is better, who they beat.
I think that's what it
Look
comes
what
down
happened
to.
to
We'll have
IU
to
last
wait
year.
for that.
Look what happened to them. They fell off the map after that Marquette game, man. That was
Oh,
bad.
dude.
That was so bad.
They have surprised me though. They've played well.
Oh, they've played very well. That backcourt's nice, bro. I'm telling you, Durham, Fennessy, who else did they? Oh, why did I keep on forgetting?
Devontae's put on a lot better this year. He's a lot more controlled this year. I love it so much more.
Last year, he would always just spaz on offense and turn the ball over. But now he just seems, like you said, he seems a lot more just mellow, in control of the offense. He's distributing the ball very well too. So, and they're also really good at getting to the line. I think they're first in free throw attempts per game. I'm almost positive they're in the top 5 because I remember the last time I checked, they were number 1. They were shooting 29 free throws a game.
They what's their percentage? Because have they actually been hitting?
I'll have to check on that, but I think it's pretty good. I think it's up in the
They're normally pretty good about it.
Percentage, yeah, it's something like that.
I remember I used to always growing up. I used to always hate on like Syracuse or a team like that when they were always really good because the Syracuse players always shot horrible free throw percentages. Like I don't know what it was.
They would piss me.
That's what made you mad.
Dude, that's like something that I always
stood out
think
to
about.
you.
When IU lost to them, when we had Yogi, Cody, Vic, dude, that was the saddest day because that team could have very easily won a national title and they didn't. I was so pissed, man.
All right, I'm trying to see who Butler's played because I definitely feel like
beat Purdue.
They did beat Purdue in that Crossroads Classic.
Yeah, but Purdue did have a good win against Virginia though. They beat the shit out of them. They haven't been that solid
though.
They lost.
Yeah.
See, they lost to Baylor too. Like
they lost to Baylor
by 1 point. Baylor's pretty good too this year.
Yeah, Baylor's ranked in the top 10, I'm pretty sure, aren't they?
I think they're.
Baylor's normally always pretty good.
Behind.
Remember when they had Terrion Prince? And they asked him, said, "How did Yale out-rebound Baylor?" They jumped up.
Yeah, that was fried.
Got their hands around the ball, brought it down, and that's a rebound.
He said that's considered a rebound.
Than us.
They had more of those than us.
That was fried.
That was fried. Dude, yeah, honestly, I don't know why like Butler's up 12th right now. Like,
I mean, they had a good non-conference. That's gonna play a part in the rankings. So.
Hell yeah.
Who do they play? Well, I mean,
if they've won, they haven't. It's not
true.
necessarily
they did win their. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They only have one loss.
I think they
only have one loss.
The coaches or like the AP, the media, they really value like non-conference games. If you can win your non-conference games and get the job done going into conference play, then you like that just shows them that you guys are actually serious.
Yeah, their one loss was to Baylor, so I guess that makes sense.
It's just too early in the season. Like college basketball is just like feel like it just comes in March. Like you just know you can't know until then.
As a team, IU as a team is shooting. That's what I mean. I predicted it. So, like it was somewhere between 70 or 75, but they're shooting 70% from free throws. So, I mean they're getting to the line and they're actually making them.
Yeah.
So, I mean they're definitely a team to look out for. But once, like you said, once conference plays comes in, that's when we're really going to see what type of team IU is. Because Maryland. That's going to be a tough test.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
Even just the Big Ten in general this season.
Big Ten's
so damn
impressive
good.
This year.
Penn State upset Ohio State. Penn State upset Maryland. I think Penn State's ranked.
Penn State is ranked right now. I honestly think Ohio State is going to be really good still, but come around to the end of the year.
Yeah, I mean, look at the rankings right now. How many Big Ten teams are in the rankings?
I actually looked it up. There's 6 Big Ten teams in there right now.
Oh my, that's half the conference.
There's 6 Big Ten teams in there right now. That's
half of the damn conference. Look, you got Ohio State at 2, which it's about to change, but Ohio State at 2. You got Michigan at 11. Maryland at 13. Michigan State at 14. And then you got
Penn State
at 20.
And then Iowa snuck in there right now.
Dude, how the hell did Iowa teams pisses me off, bro. I cannot stand Iowa. I can't stand Iowa and Wisconsin. Wisconsin just because you remember when they had that that curly-headed motherfucker, what's his name? Bruisewitz, the orange-haired guy.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand him, dude. I remember I went to it was a Thursday night game. My dad got us tickets, and it was a 9:00 game, so it was prime time, baby. It was hype. Went there, Bruisewitz ripped our hearts out, man. Bruisewitz, that's son of a bitch.
Iowa can always
crotch
shoot.
rocket went nuts.
They can always
He took off. Crotch rocket took off on us, all right? It was bad.
Hey, but I'm excited to see how the year's going to go. I think college basketball, like we've said.
College basketball's...
It's going to get really entertaining.
Keep surprising
It's about to get good.
Yeah, it's going to keep going.
Well, I mean, that was a good little discussion for basketball, boys. That was a little weird. I called out Miles Turner on this offense, man. Maybe I shouldn't have called him a bitch. Thank you for calling me out for that. I don't want Miles to get all pissed off about that.
Oh no, we just don't have to. We don't have to criticize like that.
Yeah, I know. You can't call out someone's character like that.
It's a bit harsh.
I know.
That
it's
was
a little.
harsh.
Take it easy, bud. Just take it easy. But all right, man. Going on to the NFL. Well, the Pats. I mean, this was a little bit while back, so this is a little bit of an older topic that we're talking about.
Yeah.
But the Pats were under investigation for filming the Cleveland and Cincinnati Bengals game. Obviously this is another scandal and another line of scandals they've had. They got the Spygate, Deflategate. That was actually against the Colts in the conference championship.
Exactly.
I mean, what the hell do we make of these, man? This is starting to become.
I don't even know what you're supposed to really do at this point. I feel like a fine doesn't do anything justice.
I mean, if you keep on getting these allegations, there's something that has to be going on, bro.
Yeah.
So there's something between closed doors that they're not telling
It's because
us.
they win so much that it overtakes any bad opinions you want to have about them. Just because you still got Brady in there. Everyone calls him the GOAT.
And they got the stats. Even if you hate to say
seriously,
it,
they got
the whole. It just seems
it.
like that within the team, it's somewhat corrupted. I mean, you got Robert Kraft getting jerked off at massage parlors and shit. It's like, dude, you got money. Go into a Boston nightclub and you're Hugh Hefner.
What was that about?
I mean,
like, what all entailed that?
Okay, so it was like basically
paying prostitutes.
He basically got caught for paying a masseuse to give him a little extra.
It's like and that's my boy. Whenever Adam Sandler's like,
he's like, you want to how much? He goes,
bill.
how much to tickle my pickle? He said, yank my cream.
I mean, yeah, you got a little bit of the extra yank on the plug, and you don't ball and chain. But
come on, man.
I mean, if I'm Rob Kraft, man, yeah, just go to a Boston nightclub, tip a fucking stripper.
You're the owner of the fucking Patriots, bud.
Yeah, I mean, come on, you gotta
have some decency.
Gotta be a little bit more discreet about it.
How old is the man? I mean, are you not married? Like, do you not have
a
wife and kids to go home to?
He doesn't have any morals, bro.
I swear. Have some decency.
He is not a family man at all. All he cares about
all
is
that
getting
money.
that poon.
You got
that poo-tang.
That poon.
Pussy makes the world go round.
Pussy make the world go round. You seen that on
that's what I got it from. That's what I got it from.
All right, boys, but Lamar Jackson, this man has been on an absolute tear this season. The man broke Michael Vick's single-season quarterback rushing record, and it's his second year in the league. What's his ceiling? I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. We haven't seen anybody like this. He's very one of a kind. This is his second year in the league, but as we've seen, quarterbacks with the same play style as him, like Cam Newton, Randall Cunningham, and then RG3 for a period of time.
Honestly, I think everybody just wanted to downplay him. Like, they want to say, he's not going to be that great, he's not going to be that good. But look what he's doing. He's doing exactly what he did his junior and senior year at Louisville. He's doing the exact same thing. And, dude,
it's impressive.
People are just now starting to take notice.
I remember it was like a week and a half or almost 2 weeks ago, I saw, like, they were talking on the NFL Network about how literally rushing-wise, he had more rushing yards than Mark Ingram or something.
Yeah, he was
on the team.
Yes, he was.
And Mark's up there in the rankings for the league. Like,
I mean, he does all of that he did in college, and then he continues to do it in the NFL. Like, as soon as he got done doing it in college at the quarterback position, everybody wanted to change his position. They didn't want to be like.
They tried to tell him to switch to wide receiver.
Finding all kinds of reasons.
That's the big thing I've heard all these NFL analysts or anybody like really talking about is how like Baltimore adapted to Lamar coming into their system, more so trying to adapt him to their system. Mm-hmm. So like now these other teams are trying to take that approach. Like they were talking about how like Trubisky and all them were the Bears were trying to maybe take that approach a little bit more. Dude, but figure something out. I don't know.
But the problem with Trubisky was, and like you just said, how many years did Lamar spend at, like when he was balling at Louisville? Those 2 years he was balling, right? That's a total of what he probably played in at least 26 games. Yep. He started every game in those 2 years. So,
and you said Trubisky, like, he didn't play very much, right?
Trubisky had 13 games under his belt in college. Like, you can't draft a guy that only has a season under his belt. Like, and they took him early.
That's surprising.
Like, early. I think they picked him like second overall, third.
And now they're already talking about replacing him with Cam Newton.
I swear, you're already talking about Cam coming over there now.
But going off of that, like Cam, I think Cam he still does. He has a very similar play style to Lamar Jackson. But I think the key for Lamar is, and I've said it before on this pod, he's got to stay healthy. If he can stay healthy and know when to not take hits and know when to get out of bounds, this man's going to be running the league for the next years to come.
Exactly.
Because I don't literally running the
I don't
league.
think there's any more like adaptation he has to have necessarily. Like you said, he just needs to make sure he's doing everything to prevent injury. Make sure he gets out of bounds when he needs to at the certain points. Because like there's no reason like it's not like other sports. You know how they can adjust maybe the D to try to do something like. A blitz comes at him, I feel like every time that man scrambles out of it. It don't even matter.
He was runner-up.
It literally does not matter.
Male athlete of the year,
dude. And that's the thing, man. And I'm talking college football wise, but when I watched Lamar and Sam Darnold in college, they both possessed that very rare trait to improv, like the improvisation, like just on the dime, like just thinking of a receiver to go.
It's
to.
crazy,
You know
and that's just that
natural
IQ
instinct.
that
I mean, that's just high football IQ.
Yep.
But as you've seen, though, if you get the right players around Lamar Jackson, if you give him a good line, he's going to absolutely show out. And that's I think the problem with New York right now is their O-line is one of the worst in the league, and Sam's running for his life every other play. With Lamar, at least he actually has time to sit back and pass. Like
Did you see? I forget which team it was. Some dude, it might have been Lamar or something. Like bought something for his whole O-line.
Oh yeah, yeah. Lamar
do
bought
that
a
all the
Rolex.
time, but yeah.
They
They do that all the time, but that's dope. Like
the chemistry.
He's like, hey, right on for
the chemistry
protecting
in
me.
Baltimore right now is on another level.
Oh, Baltimore had 12 Pro Bowlers.
And they were talking about
tied for most ever selected from one team.
I think it was going into the last week. This week, they literally had like almost everybody healthy too, or almost a full roster healthy. Like,
and honestly,
that's unheard of.
That's
almost, I feel
that's
like.
a little bit of luck, I think.
I swear,
like
everything's just going right.
I mean, shit. Look what happened to the Colts. Injuries completely derailed
everything.
You got a good coach in there with them, Harbaugh.
Oh yeah,
when things are going right,
you gotta love those Harbaughs. They're great.
Just a good.
I just think the problem. I mean, I feel bad for Jim though. Obviously, because he's going up against Bama in his bowl game, and Bama's pissed they didn't get in the playoff.
Yeah,
he's
what's that one? What's bowl is that? What's that one called?
Dude, I couldn't.
There's so many different names.
Dude, it's not even. I don't even think it's a New York Six bowl. That's what's so wild. Like
really.
Actually, no, it might be, but still, I mean,
like
I know Alabama's playing Michigan. I just don't know the bowl game, like what it's called, but. Yeah, they're gonna get ran because Michigan got embarrassed by Ohio State, and now it's about to be 2 games in a row. They're about to get absolutely embarrassed. But going off of that, man, Clemson, LSU, national title game, you got Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence. Oh my God,
that's gonna be a good one.
It's about to be insane.
That's gonna be impressive.
But who do you got winning that title game though?
This one's tough. I mean, we were watching the game Clemson yesterday, come back down 16 points, so a tough Ohio State team.
Game.
Like that, they showed resilience in that game.
People were getting knocked around. People were getting hurt a little bit in that game too.
There was one call that was huge in that game that they missed. And Justin Ross, that was a catch. I don't give a fuck. That was a football move he made. He caught it with both hands. Took 3 steps and then fumbled, but they called it an incomplete pass because he didn't tuck it in.
Is that what it was?
That's basically why they awarded it.
Because it looked like the ground knocked it out of his hands.
No,
because he was still kind of like
knocked it out of his hands, but then they called it an incomplete pass because it didn't look like he was making a football move to actually tuck it in. But the fact of the matter is he took 3 steps,
and he was right there on it. Like he was obviously right there.
I mean. But, I mean, at the end of the day, they didn't call it. And, I mean, one great team was going to lose that game. I didn't want to see.
It was a good match.
I mean, it was so
But the other game,
good.
LSU.
Yeah. But that just goes to show you.
LSU were steaming.
I think.
I've never seen a playoff game anything like that.
The Big 12 took a hit with that one, though, dude.
It's going to be hard for me to pick against. Like, I like Clemson. I like Trevor Lawrence a lot.
I do.
I would be pulling for them to win, too. Like, either team, I really don't care. But
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I want that streak to come to an end. I don't want Clemson.
I'm kind of fucking with
I'm gonna
LSU
pick LSU. LSU.
I want Burrow, honestly, just because he's an Ohio boy. He's literally grew up in the Midwest. Like that's honestly the only reason I want LSU.
Man, and I wrote this down. Coach Ed Orgeron is not only the big swinging
you love
dick
this man
in the Louisiana Bayou. He's the big swinging dick around the country, man. Go Tigers!
What was the shrimp story?
Oh, the crawdad it was crawfish. He took Joe Burrow out to dinner, and they went to some some seafood restaurant, and Joe Burrow wanted to order some crawfish, but they said that they were out. So Coach O just makes a little call. What do you know? 5-10 minutes later, there's just a big old.
He had a crawfish supplier.
A crawfish. That just shows you how
he had that
Louisiana...
motherfucker on speed dial.
Oh yeah, dude, that was his plug. He probably hits him up in the middle of the fucking night. Hey, my wife Holly's making some crawfish in the morning. Mind dropping off at 72 Drive.
So you got LSU or Clemson? Who you got?
LSU.
I know who
they deserve it. This has been Joe Burrow's season.
Completion rate too. When I see this man, just Trevor Lawrence is great at it.
It's gonna be a good game.
Oh, it's
gonna be close.
amazing.
It's not gonna be like this the Oklahoma game was. I don't think.
The thing is,
a lot of people too. Honestly, a lot of people think that it's gonna be possibly a blowout. I feel like certain people I was talking to today were like, we're like, yeah. Honestly, I feel like LSU's gonna kind of roll over a little bit.
No,
people want them to blow Clemson out because people are tired of seeing Clemson winning.
But yeah, no.
I mean, I hope it's a close game because no one wants to fucking watch a blowout anyway. No, I don't want to. I was bored. I started playing 2K during the third quarter of the.
Dude, that national championship game last year sucked because Clemson just absolutely beat the fuck out of Bama, dude. It was. I don't want to see a blowout, but ultimately I think LSU takes it, man. Their receiving core. We just watched the highlight of that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, obviously Oklahoma's defense is nowhere near Clemson's defense when it comes to talent.
Yeah.
But they absolutely embarrassed.
It's gonna be a weird match, dude. That's gonna be a crazy matchup. Seriously.
Oh my god. But I mean,
Clemson's got solid receiver core too.
Clemson and
Ross,
LSU's wide receiver core is easily top 2 in the country, and Ohio's. That's what's so crazy. All the receiving cores that were in the playoff, honestly, you can make the case are top 4, top 5.
I swear,
receiving cores. Honestly, some people may disagree with me on this, but I think USC's was top 5 in the country. Receiving core wise. Michael Pittman Jr., Once-a-Cuff Award finalist. Tyler Vaughn's damn good, almost had 1,000 yards.
I like Pittman.
Amon-Ra had 1,000 yards on the year. I mean, shit, against UCLA, we had 4 different receivers with over 100 yards. That's the second time this century it's ever happened. And
that was a pretty crazy stat.
And you know what's wild?
That was wild.
The offensive coordinator, Graham Harrell, was a part of both of those performances because he was the quarterback at Texas Tech when they did it, when they had 4 receivers over 100 yards, and then he was the coordinator at SC.
Why isn't he in the NFL?
He just extended his contract with USC. He's staying.
He must love.
But USC just fired their D coordinator and special teams.
He just loves Los Angeles.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, you can't be mad at that either.
Shit, bro. You got everything at your disposal. It's LA. You got the palm trees, beautiful women, endorsements,
trust me, I'd like to be
money.
Oh, I would love to be.
I plan on being.
I would absolutely have a ball. But all right, boys, the Colts. This season obviously didn't go the way that we wanted. But going forward, what must the Colts do in order to succeed next season and actually make a playoff?
Get healthy.
Yeah, that's number one, obviously.
That's the main
but
issue.
They got some decisions to make this offseason, though, because Eric Ebron's contract's up. Do you keep Ebron?
What do we?
I think yes.
I mean,
think yes, too.
Going into next year, is Jacoby still going to be the guy, too?
Yes,
I think he should be.
The problem was, I mean...
I like Jacoby, I do.
Some of our receivers were out of extent. Darius Rogers got hurt. Devin Funchess got hurt game 1. Paris Campbell got hurt. T.Y. Hilton got hurt. Zach Pat. I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
Marlon Mack had the hand.
That's what I'm saying. They were just not healthy this season.
I think once they're healthy, I think
all right, boys,
make some adjustments.
I think the number one move that has to be made. I think we can all agree on this. Hey, I mean, I'm thinking it. You guys know exactly what I'm about to say. Come on, I'm surprised you don't know. Adam Vinatieri has got to go.
Yeah. Well, I think he knows that too.
But look,
everybody understands. You know, he's a legend here. We will always cherish him.
We will forever love Adam Vinatieri.
Legend here,
of course.
But
can't slander him. Father
Time has come, and he's knocking on the door, Adam. You better answer the door and don't let the door hit your ass on the way out.
And like we've said this on here.
We said we were gonna stay and have him coach.
Yeah, we've said this a few times on here. I'd love to see him stick around and help train and get a new kicker to really bring on another legacy.
Colts fans boo everybody, or not just Colts fans, just Indianapolis. They'll boo superstars. They don't care.
So next year's draft, technically this year's NFL draft.
Yeah.
Who you drafting? What position you drafting first round?
Well, I think we got a good line. I think the defense is
defense.
Could use some
we need a little. We need something defensively. I don't know.
I'd like to see him get a solid running back.
One thing that I wrote is the Colts, number one, they shouldn't draft a quarterback in this draft, and the reason why is because obviously Jacoby had a lot of guys hurt this season. He had a lot of skill guys go down. Marlon Mack, I've already said it. Chester Rogers. Obviously Paris Campbell, Devin Funchess.
And look how I felt like we were doing when we did have everybody still. Like we had beat the Chiefs. Like
we were
week
doing
4
great. We go on the road and we upset the Chiefs.
And we were starting to get it together a little bit, and then
I just noticed during like the second half of the year though, it just seemed like the D line couldn't get any sort of pass rush, man.
I felt like it was horrible.
I mean, the only real pass rusher we had at one point. I mean, Marcus Hunt does good at times. I mean, he'll have his good amount of tackles a game, but when it comes to pressuring the quarterback, he doesn't necessarily get there. The only one that actually has shown consistent pressure is Danico Autry. I mean, we just need another interior D lineman. I think Derek Brown from Auburn is going to get it done because that man's 6'5". 315 can move. That gives you a first-round draft pick.
I think that would be solid. At somewhere on the D line.
And somewhat, I mean, I don't know about the secondary, man. I don't know about Quincy Wilson. And I mean, Rock Ya-Sin's young. He's a rookie. They're starting DB 34. He's young. I mean, I'll give him a pass. It was his rookie year, but I mean, Pierre Desir's damn good. But yeah, Quincy Wilson. We just need to add DB depth. That's our problem.
I feel that
because
too.
Our depth. I mean, Quincy Wilson. Right when he came in, the Buccaneers, the Tampa Bay game. Right when he came in, he gave up a touchdown. Literally, the first play he's in.
But it's got to come down to just being healthy. Because if we had all our team healthy the whole season, I think we'd still be playing.
Yeah,
we'd be in contention.
100%. Just think if we beat the Chargers, the Steelers. The Buccaneers.
They got shit.
We're in it.
Miami.
We're in the playoffs, guys. Like, I don't know how you can go from beating the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday Night Football, prime time, to then
in Kansas City.
3 weeks later, you're at home and you lose to the Miami Dolphins and Ryan Fitzpatrick's goofy looking ass. Come on now, the dude looks like a fucking caveman. The dude looks like he's a member of the Amish. Motherfucker was slinging it all over us. Then the defense couldn't stop him at all. Offense couldn't get going. I mean, and they were tanking. Come on.
Let's get off this.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Colts just they need to get healthy.
Well, boys, let's move on to a little bit of baseball. Holy shit, some guys got paid.
Yeah, let's move on to this shit.
Since we've been gone. Steven Strasburg, how much did he get, Ethan?
7 year, $245 million.
And then how much did
with
Garrett
the
Cole
Nationals? Get? And Garrett Cole got 9 years, $324 million with the Yankees.
Dang.
God, dude.
Annually, that's insane. Like Mike Trout had first off, Strasburg had signed the biggest pitcher contract in MLB history. And then literally it was 2 days later or something Garrett Cole. I think it might have been within a day.
Honestly, bro, I think
it was within a few. It was so short time. Garrett Cole signs an even bigger one. Like,
it's just
that's outrageous. And Garrett
money.
Cole's, I think, is the 4th in all time. Like MLB contracts in general. Like, it is the 4th biggest contract of all.
Who got the biggest
MLB
contract?
That's Mike Trout's. I think that one's the
And then Harper
there's some money to be made.
Mike Trout's is 12 year, $430 million.
That's what I was saying. There is so much money in baseball.
With the amount of players that they have on the rosters, that just shows you the type of revenue they.
You got to think too. Going back to date, like
40-man roster.
Baseball was in America before basketball or football, like for a while. Before any of those sports were finally
America's
created.
pastime, bro.
They've had these dynasties. Like, he just signed $324 with the Yankees. Yankees have literally been around almost since the beginning of baseball. Like,
dude, I feel like they've been around since the beginning of fucking time. They're always in contention, bro.
Ever since we've been around.
They're basically like the Patriots of baseball.
You grow up, like your first baseball player you normally think of growing up or something. It's like Derek Jeter, or even when you go back, it's
Mickey
like Babe
Mantle,
Ruth, or
Yogi. What was his name? Yogi Berra. I'm an idiot, bro. Dude, I have a signed
Lou Gehrig, bro, legend.
What was the catcher's name? George DiMaggio. Is that his name? Joe DiMaggio.
Joe DiMaggio, yeah.
Joe DiMaggio. I have a signed Joe DiMaggio baseball my grandpa gave me.
Dude, that's signed?
A signed Joe DiMaggio baseball.
How much is that worth?
Probably a fuck ton.
I'm not trying to tell anybody on here. I don't want anybody coming up in my fucking house looking for that thing. I don't know.
It's that valuable.
Well, too bad it's not here, right?
Oh, it's here. Nobody knows.
Why don't you just tell everybody it's fucking right
here? After we're off,
we'll keep it under wraps.
We'll talk about it.
We'll keep it under wraps for now. But yeah, man.
But dude, like, I'm just telling you, like, these contracts are insane because if you look annually, these guys are making with Trout's contract, he's making about $35.5 million annually.
Dude, if I'm a little kid, I'm going to extra innings immediately to work on my game. Are you kidding?
Garrett Cole's making 36 annually. If you base it at each year, actually annually, Garrett Cole's is the biggest contract of all time. It's insane.
You think NBA has a long season? 82 games. They have.
That's the thing you got to look at too.
62.
When it comes to pay, 162 games all the fucking time, all the time. 3-game series, back to back to back. You're always traveling. Then your off season isn't that long, really.
Oh, you barely even get. You get what? Maybe 2-3 months.
Probably 2 or 3 months. I would.
Because then you have to go back for spring training.
They were actually. Did you see that thing about the minor league thing though? How minor leaguers don't get paid as well.
Oh,
yeah. That guy that came out and was talking about. I've heard a lot about that. He said in that 4 or 5 guys on a team will
get together,
literally bunk up in a 2-bedroom apartment and split the rent just to have enough money to eat throughout the week, Dude,
it's straight bullshit.
That's
man.
wild.
I don't get how there's so much money
that is
being
bullshit,
thrown around.
yeah. Because when there's that much money thrown around in baseball in general,
yes,
you think that they'd be able to take care of their minor league players who are playing on the farm teams, Not as popular of a fan base, but they still need to be getting paid.
Yeah, I mean, at least
they shouldn't be doing. They shouldn't be living like that.
200,000, something like that. I think that dude's them some justice.
Exactly.
Shit.
I thought that was a cool video though. I forget that dude's name.
I can't remember what. I don't even.
He
know
gave
what
a lot of good
farm team
insight
he
though.
for.
It was good. It was some really good insight.
Oh, it was.
He just.
Sure.
I mean, he talked about too how I know you guys say we could go get normal jobs and we just love to play the game, but this is literally all we've known. We were told that we were going to be able to try to build our way through this dynasty or build our way through this.
It's just some players just aren't fortunate enough to actually get to the big
exactly.
leagues, man. That sucks. That's every baseball player's dream is to make it to the big leagues. And if you don't make it, it sucks, man, because you didn't know. Oh,
and it's crazy. Most people really don't know that how the minor leagues work. You have instructional, single, double, then AAA. Then you're finally on the squad.
It takes a minute.
It takes a while. It's not like every other sport. You don't just hop right onto the team.
And it's not like you can be just an average player and then just go to the.
You got to perform consistently to
trust
get
me,
to that
we played
level.
against a guy that is an ML. He's actually with the Rays right now, Nick Schnell. That motherfucker, literally first pitch to the Marion County title game.
Dude.
Our ace Charlie throws this nasty ass slider. First pitch, he throws a slider. This dude.
We had 4 outfielders, by the way. Luke moved to the outfield. We had 4 outfielders.
We had a left. He was playing left center.
Thank God this dude hit it to the deepest corner of the field, because anywhere else on the fucking perimeter, shit would have been gone.
Oh, dude, if we're on just a regular high school field, this bitch is long.
I think the corner he hit it to is over there is 418 or 425 something.
Yeah.
He hit it to the literally deepest corner. I was like, thank the Lord.
And then what really sucked was this next hit after that. Huh?
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, no shit. But then the next hitter after that, Copenhagen, fucking drills it. His name's not Copenhagen, it's Copenhagen, but I call him Copenhagen. Copenhagen
really?
got a fucking shot right after that. That didn't help anything, but
that was.
Yeah, but it takes a lot to get to that level. That's the point that I'm trying to make. It takes a lot to actually get to the point where you are considered to be in the MLB.
Schnell was a great player, obviously too, and he signs with them out of high school, He's only on the instruction. I don't even think he's on the single A yet, technically. Yeah. It takes a minute to get up to that point, and I'm sure he'll get there.
I'm sure like Bryce Harper, and then you're posting videos of hitting.
See, Bryce Harper's a rare breed, okay? 'Cause Bryce Harper, there's a video of this guy winning a home run derby at a major league field. I think it was against minor league players. He won it as a 16-year-old.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
What?
He won the shit as a 16 or 17.
Dude,
18.
did you ever see that video of Bryce Harper where he hit did you ever see that video of Bryce Harper at an MLB? Wait, I don't
even. It was at Tropicana. That's what I was talking about.
Okay, well no, he also hit damn near a 600-foot home run in high school. Did you ever see that?
Him and Chris Bryant actually grew up in Nevada area, so they'd be playing out in literally the backgrounds. If you watched a lot of their high school highlights, there's just mountains in the background.
Yeah, but I also saw that one in Tropicana. Motherfucker was drilling
the roof.
I've been there. Yeah, I actually saw it gets lost. They lose balls, end up in the rafters all the time there.
But also, I mean, the MLB also made a big-ass announcement. They took marijuana off of its drugs of abuse list. Yeah. That's huge.
Huge. I think a lot of sports need to start paying attention to this immediately. Man. Because, they said a lot of good things, too. Like, first off, how do you not test for opioids before, and now they're going to?
Yeah.
Like, after dropping this off the list, now they're adding these things to the list.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
That's the funny thing. So for years, you could just pop a perk recreationally, but now you can't.
I think the reason that they did it was because, players that are getting off injuries have to take certain prescriptions to get back.
Right,
I mean, that's probably why, but, like, still, if they have a prescription for it, then you'll know it's okay. If it's a dude who hasn't had an injury in a while, let them smoke. Now they can smoke. Now they don't got to do it.
And what these different leagues need to realize is most of these guys that do, in fact, consume cannabis, like, they're using it for a therapeutical reason or a clinical reason. Like, they're obviously using it for good. They're not just using it just to flex. I feel like that's how some people view it.
I think it's good, too, because I found out, like, say a player does finally test positive for opioids or something now. So, like, what they're going to do is the player will meet with a treatment board with medical professionals and everything, with some of the MLB, like, board members, everything like that. These medical professionals will specialize in substance abuse, and they literally talk it out, and if it is a big enough problem for the person, they literally can work out with these medical professionals, like, a treatment plan to gradually help them get off.
I mean, I think they took it off because they realized that they're having issues with other drugs and losing players.
That's what it was. It was
like,
the Angels guy. What do you guys remember that dude's name?
Oh,
the pitcher,
Tyler something.
Tyler Skaggs.
Tyler Skaggs.
Yes.
Yep. That was July. That was early July of this year.
Yes.
And that's right when they started talking about this because he had been laced sadly with, like, fentanyl, and then he died off that. It was an accidental overdose, and I think they were finally looking at it like. I mean, you got to think about it too. Like, players weren't able to smoke before. Like players couldn't smoke before. Like, they were probably having to take opioids maybe to cope with their pain because they were scared of getting tested positive for marijuana. Now it's literally completely reversed.
And
they look at it the complete opposite way. It's way better.
Because you obviously know. You guys have seen the Joe Rogan episode with Arian Foster, right? Like, opioids can take you over, bro. Like, they can just take a hold of you and just not let go. A lot of guys, sometimes what will happen is they'll get prescribed, like, that actual, like, little painkiller or opioid, and they get addicted.
Exactly.
Like, why the hell would you risk a guy getting addicted to a fucking painkiller rather than him smoke a blunt? Who cares? I mean, come on now.
I don't know, man.
I'm glad they did it, though.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a step in the right direction.
I definitely think now the NBA and the NFL need to look and follow in their footsteps, right away.
Yeah, I mean, the NBA, NFL, they both like it, yeah.
It's ridiculous. There's no reason it shouldn't be like this for every fucking sport. More so the
NFL, though. Like, the NFL is a much more, like, physical... It takes a much
who just got caught again?
Josh Gordon.
Yeah.
If this was a thing, that wouldn't be an issue. He could deal with his anxiety how he wants to. No, he can play the game. He can play the game, and that's that. Like, he's not going to test for anything else.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm in the NFL, man, like, I'm not going to be... Like, if you prescribe me a pill, like, I'm not going to front. Like, in my family, there is an addictive gene that runs in both sides of my family. So, I mean, it just sucks because I don't want to be prescribed a painkiller. I don't want to risk myself getting addicted to that shit. I'd much rather just go out and just either consume an edible or just smoke a J, blunt. It don't
even
matter.
CBD. I'm telling you, CBD
too.
Yeah. Like CBD, they finally, like, CBD was not on, like, CBD finally got removed as well. Like,
yeah, and shit, even Dare took marijuana off its list of gateway drugs, like off its, like, items of gateway drugs.
Oh, did they? I didn't know that. That's cool.
It's not a gateway drug, bro. Just because you
I didn't even know it was on there. It shouldn't be on there.
And look, most of the time when people do, like, when marijuana does lead to other drugs, most of the time it's because that person has an emotional problem. Like, something's going on.
Most of the time that's alcohol.
Yeah, alcohol's a gateway, most definitely.
Definitely more so.
I think
it's more so alcohol, if anything.
Everybody knows that.
Exactly.
Well, no, obviously not everybody. Marijuana's still illegally federally. Obviously not everyone knows that.
They're working towards it.
Yeah, we'll see.
So they know.
They're
aware.
It's still gonna. I feel like it's still gonna be a minute
how,
until it's legalized, like federally.
It's interesting to see where all this goes. But, all right. Let's switch this up because we got to get into music.
We got to, man.
We got to get into music now. So we had a lot of new music release.
Shoot, there's been like 2 New Music Fridays.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yes,
we got Futsal Shuffle finally.
Mm-hmm.
Finally something that's supposed to be on Eternal Take.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
We also got Dead Star 2 by Pert.
Mm-hmm.
I love it, Pert. I was actually personally waiting. Yeah, I'm
decent.
But I've been waiting on that album honestly for like a year. That's why I had to bring it up.
I heard good things about it, but
he got Denzel Curry. He got a few other really solid features.
I'm just not as big of a Smoke Perk fan. I mean,
I've always just kind of rocked with him because he's kind of grown as an artist a little bit more over his career, and he's finally got cleaner now too. So like, I don't know.
The only video I saw about like the Death Star album, I remember Lil Pump was basically teasing it and was asking.
That was a good album.
Yeah, but the thing is, you know what Smoke Perp said like in the video. He goes, "Yeah, my album's coming like a bitch's abortion. You feel me?" Like, dude, what? Wait, what?
What? Say that again?
He said, my album's coming like my bitch's abortion, you feel me? That's what he said in the video, and it's like, bro,
he said that so fast.
That's how he said it. Hey, my album's coming like my bitch's abortion, you feel me?
But you better get ready, because we're going to see Perp at Rolling Loud, Miami.
That's true.
Because him and Pump are from Miami.
Oh, so it's really about
That's going to be there.
It's about to be loud.
For sure. Hey, what about Doughboy's newest project?
Doughboy.
Yeah, Doughboy's fire.
And I'm bro.
Dude, he is. I mean, shit, he
was
was on so much fun.
I'm pissed. I just started getting on this man lately.
Pay attention for Doughboy.
Cause like,
go listen to his album.
I'm pissed. I've just been on this man lately. Cause like, I swear he's been homies with Future, Thug, same with Gunna. Like Gunna, Doughboy, Future, Thug. They've all been homies for a while now, and I'm just now finding out about.
Put
Doughboy.
Some respect on his name.
I love him, dude. He's awesome.
I'm not gonna lie, I slept on him. I slept on Doughboy.
And he put an Indiana native on the skits. Mike Epps is on every skit on that album.
Fuck.
And he's like the school teacher.
Naptown represent.
Fuck yeah, dude.
But hell yeah, he knows.
I mean obviously we had some more shit too. We had Jack Boys.
Oh,
that out. We'll get into that. We'll save that.
We'll save that for last.
But we got Gucci
Young
released.
Boy put out a couple new songs. I did like them both.
Wait, oh yeah, what were both of those?
Dirty
called?
Ayana, which was about Floyd Mayweather's daughter, which is a good song.
Oh
and,
shit.
Was Bring 'Em Out was his other one.
Bring 'Em Out, okay. I like the Dirty Diana one because it's Michael Jackson's.
Dirty Ayana.
It's Dirty Diane.
Yeah, it's the same.
But it's nice. He put a cool twist on it. I honestly didn't think I was gonna like it, but
you did, didn't
I
you?
fucked with it. Yeah.
I can't even speak on it because I didn't listen to it.
Oh,
yeah, well, we're gonna get to
that
after this is over.
Well, Gucci released East Atlanta Santa 3.
Oh my.
Great holiday.
I love
Gucci. I think Gucci.
You know, WAP's the legend of the whole.
He's
the whole even new style of rap. Like was that. He's the god of.
He's got to keep him coming every fucking Christmas. I'm loving it.
What did he say on the one last year? It's the. He said, "I'm the trap god and I walk on water."
Oh hell yes.
Is that what he said?
Gucci M's in my ice is.
Oh, dude, Gucci's a legend, obviously.
He's nice.
But Tolliver also had that. He released the "Can't Feel My Legs" video like a week and a half ago.
I like that video.
I like that video a lot,
dude.
Shout out Don Tolliver.
Everyone be on the lookout for Don Tolliver.
Tolliver effect. It's coming.
He's coming all 2020. All the 2020s basically. This whole decade.
This decade's his.
Bro.
Hey, this man was posted on by a Cybertruck. Where.
Dude, I feel like all of Jack Boys, like any of their, Jack Boys, I'm talking about like not just the group, I'm talking about like individually, like Don, obviously he's part of Jack Boys. Like I just feel like anybody that's a part of Jack Boys, their music videos are fucking nuts.
Oh
like,
yeah.
They're so visually
I mean, you gotta
appealing.
think like,
Sheck West.
you gotta think too, Trav obviously has the money, like the production, they're gonna get a good production team together and get this shit done. Bro. Yeah, they're gonna get some cool shit
Those
together.
are his Jack Boys.
But dude, I'm really excited. I think Russ's album's gonna be cool. The Shake the Snow.
Oh yes, it is gonna be.
Shake the Snow Club's gonna be good.
What is it? That interlude.
That interlude on there,
hard.
like, dude, it's a vibe. Yeah.
Yep.
That shit's vibey. And then Who else? NLE dropped his album too, called Cottonwood.
Yeah, I mean,
I liked a couple off of it.
I liked a couple off of it.
Did you see Old Boy was on Genius, the Camelot song? Who was the producer?
Yeah, shout out Fresh Does It.
Shout out Fresh Does It.
Yeah, shout out him. He was on there as he was on the Genius video because he produced the song Camelot.
Naptown coming up.
Hell yeah, Naptown representing.
Of course.
Lil Durk came out with the album. It was on Doughboy's project.
Yes, Minivans.
Yeah.
That
family over
run,
everything.
Forrest, run, Forrest, run. Cause the sliding minivans run.
Bro.
Hey.
Gang.
I keep seeing this on the notes, and it just like makes me sad getting down to it.
Dude.
For one, it's way too long to even acknowledge. Like
we're gonna talk about it, bro. Yeah. We got to. It's been too long since we have.
I know.
R.I.P. to Juice.
Because, dude, this dude, I don't.
I'm still not over.
This dude's literally and still will forever probably be one of my top 3 artists. Dude, easily of all time.
He's so lyrically talented. How he can just come up with shit on the dime. We were just earlier watching some of his freestyle videos, and this man just goes off on any beat that comes at him. I don't get how he does it.
When was when was the first time you'd heard of him?
So the first time I heard of him, it was late my junior year. I was actually house sitting Jackson Belch's house. And
junior?
Yeah, junior year. May have been senior year.
It probably was senior year because he didn't even blow up till our senior year.
Yeah, it may have been senior year, but yeah. Now that I think about it, it was senior year. But
it's irrelevant.
It was Lucid. I was watching the Lucid Dreams music video because Blaze had pulled it up and was watching it. And at first when I heard it, because I didn't actually see the video, when I first heard it, I honestly thought it was Post. I was like, oh shit, that Post is hot, bro. But then it was like, no.
Dude, I thought the same.
No,
I got the same story, bro.
I was like, damn. So then I listened to a few more of his tracks that he had released, and I was like, damn. Honestly, I fuck with this dude's flow more than Post.
I kid you not, the exact same first time I had heard Juice. Like this was like right around when Post had been blowing up. So I was thinking it was another Post rap song. I literally told them, I was like, "Is this Post Malone?" And they were like, "Nah, this is Juice Wrld. He's a new guy." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So from that point on, I started listening to him, and I was on from that point on.
Dude, like senior year, because me and Blaze just used to always talk about music in general, and he actually showed me Look at Me like a year and a half before it got big. So like him and me would always talk about that song really early on. Dude,
that's what I always found with Blaze, bro. He would always. Blaze is kind of good at seeking out talent, bro.
We would always talk about it so much.
Dude, he was one of the first people to show me X too.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
And that was junior year for sure, because I that was when I had my class with him. But dude, the first time I probably heard him was senior year. I'm not sure when it was. It was like a week. It was a week before the All Girls Are the Same video came out, because I saw Cole post about it, and I was just like, "Who's this dude?" And I started listening to him on Spinrilla, because I didn't really go to SoundCloud a lot then.
Yeah.
So I used to always use Spinrilla, and he had like his whole it was like this 999 mixtape, and it was like a ton of songs that not a lot of people really know. It's like Eye Contact. This song that that Juice used to talk about, Moonlight, which was the one he says he thought was gonna put him on, rather than All Girls Are the Same and Lucid Dreams.
Yeah.
He thought the Moonlight song was gonna be the one, but dude, he had so many good songs there. There's Rainbow. I listened. I started showing you all those the day after we found out or whatever. But dude, I couldn't even believe it though, because we watched the All Girls Are the Same video, and I don't even know. I was just like, this dude's legendary.
Hit different.
I was just like, this dude's gonna be something.
So, what type of effect did Juice's music have on you personally, Elijah?
No, I mean his music is just a good, all music is good therapy to me. So just but his lyrics and his words that he would speak, it's relatable. He could really relate to his fans and get to people. You just gotta respect it. It's just, I loved all his songs, really. You just not even just going back and listening to them after the fact, but just all the ones I've listened to from the beginning. Just I've always really just liked him.
Dude, the effect he had on me probably goes back to date when I went to that show, cause I went with you guys know I went with Luke, Kyle, and Dill to Chicago, and we went and saw him, and it was the month X had died. It was a June concert, and it was right when Juice was finally blowing up. It was right after he had released Legends and Rich and Blind, 4X, and I don't even know. It was him and Comethazine. Comethazine was opening up. It was a Lyrical Lemonade event in Chicago, and we went, and it was like Juice's first Chicago show, I think. And he just came around in the car with Lil Bibby. Like, we'd been waiting in line for a few hours already, and this was like still 2 hours before showtime. They whip around the corner in this car. Lil Bibby's in the passenger seat or I don't think he was driving, and Juice is literally just hanging out the window, just looking at everybody like, hey, and everybody just started getting so hype. And we just got out there, and he performed like insane. He performed Eye Contact, a few of those older songs I knew, and everybody was just talking about how like everybody around us, we were all just talking about how like this dude is just gonna be something special, because they were talking about how we were all talking about how X had passed in the crowd, like everything, and he came out and he ended the concert with Legends, and I don't even know, dude. It just put a mark on me. And Cole came out at the very end of the concert, and he literally said like, he's like, don't think that you can't make it or something, because like Juice was literally one of you guys not even 6 months ago, like, and that's what's made me want to do stuff like this. Like it shows me that anybody can really like achieve that shit if they want to go get it.
Hell yeah, man. Sure. Fuck with that. That's a cool ass little story for sure. I definitely think, on me personally, it kind of like, he kind of basically tells me that it's okay to express your problems and your feelings. Like, there's no problem with it at all. And I mean, he even speaks on a lot of his problems in his actual lyrics. Like, he talks about his actual prescription pill addiction, man. I mean, he always talks about popping a perky and popping just any pills, and it's just like, damn,
and that's why
man.
it's
just
sad,
crazy because it kind of just shows you that anybody is vulnerable, bro. Anybody is vulnerable to that shit.
And
it's just
something that he preached was just like, you know, the 999. If you, no matter what you're going through, try to take whatever bad situation, no matter how messed up it may be, like, try to take that situation and find the good in that so you can keep moving forward, which I really like that. That's because I remember I'd always known 999, and until he finally, there was an interview released finally where he had explained it, and I was like, because I was always trying to figure it out and I couldn't figure it out, and I was like, dude, that makes so much sense. I was like, that's like perfect. Like, I know,
But I just feel like how you said, he like with my anxiety being real bad, like, I feel like it just helped me cope with everything. Like, it's almost like he made it seem like, dude, it's all right to like feel this way or this way.
That's
like,
exactly how I felt.
Like, just go live your life. Yeah. Like, you know, like just go do what you got to do. Like,
no question.
He's like, everybody's out here trying to do the same stuff. We're all trying to achieve our ultimate goals. Like, but
it just sucks, man.
Tragic, dude. Fucking.
Like, I don't know. I just think that Juice is different though, because there are a lot of different artists. Like X, like he obviously talks about some of his problems that he went through in some of his lyrics. I just felt like the only reason why I gravitated more towards Juice's lyrics is just because, I don't know, I just felt like he brought more of a positive energy to it. If that makes sense. Like X was like not negative, but he was too like real about his shit.
Also, what it was for Juice too, like, he was blowing, like, he really was blowing up right around that time that X died, and when he released Legends and Rich and Blind, like, that's when those two songs right there, I felt like everybody, like, I immediately was like, right after those, I was like, this dude, because I heard he freestyled, like, both the songs too.
Most talented freestylers.
I heard like he had went into the booth and freestyled it too ahead of time, and I listened to him and I'm like, dude, this dude's insane.
He can like make songs, he can rap, and he can freestyle.
We just saw it in the freestyle video right before this, man. He told the guy, I don't want to hear any of the beats. Just throw me in there, throw the beat on, and I'm gonna go. Like, that just shows you how talented that man was.
He had just over 1 hour freestyles on different radio stations.
His improvisation was just
how can you freestyle?
He can rhyme anything.
Doing it one time for an hour is impressive enough. He did it. He said, "Yeah, I'll just do that shit again." Like,
bro,
it's no big. I can do this shit for an hour real quick.
What were some of your favorite Juice songs? If you had to choose like your top 3,
I don't know.
Ain't Living Right.
Oh yeah.
I really liked his Death Race for Love album. So like Flaws and Sins off that was a really good one. Shoot. Lean With Me off of his Goodbye and Good Riddance album. That's like some top 3.
That album's fire.
I fuck with Scared of Love, Robbery, and Empty.
I like
no
Robbery.
Question.
Empty, okay.
Oh my god, those.
I could narrow it down. I Flaws and Sins is easily up there for me. Armed and Dangerous is the most slept on. When that song came out, I remember talking to like 4 or 5 other people, and we were all in agreement. Like we were like, this is his best song probably like ever. Like this shit. It's one of those ones. It's one of those ones you just turn up like in the morning, and it just puts you in such a good mood to like go. I don't know. It just puts you in that mood.
Yeah,
like,
I definitely think Fine China is hard too. That whole album.
That
with
the Wrld on
fire.
Drugs album is really good. I fuck with that album a lot.
I do. What do you think is his best like body of work when it comes to albums?
Ooh, I would say
it's tough because they're like
Goodbye and Good Riddance just because I
listen
listened to that for Heartbreak at one point in time, and I've told other people to do it, friends of mine or some shit, when they're going through some shit, and I'm telling you, that album in order is, with the skits too, like listen to the skits and everything, that album Goodbye and Good Riddance is like,
it just
so
sucks.
It's insane. It's like a movie, bro.
It sucks because he was just getting started. Like he blew up so fast. Like, and he was only a couple albums in. Like it's hard to judge off those. Like I know there's gonna be more music released.
Dude, and
like,
he had this kind of legacy already.
Seriously,
that's what I'm saying.
He's only 21 years
that's why it's hard
bro.
to pick those.
He's us.
It was 5
days.
He's us. It was 5 days after his 21st.
Oh my god, dude, it's unreal, bro. And that's the thing. Like when you spoke on heartbreak, I mean everyone has gone through heartbreak one way or another.
And that's something that he would preach. Like
that's something that he harped on exactly. Like,
yeah.
That was his main center point was heartbreak in that album that you just mentioned.
Death Race for Love.
Getting up from it.
Yeah, you just got to find a way. You just got to adapt from it. You know, you got to make the best. Like he's always said, you got to make the best of your situation that you're dealt with, no matter how bad it sucks. You got to go.
Being able to I know through interviews, like he would say back in the day when he had studio time, he would write because he wanted to make sure, because you're paying for the studio time, he wanted to make sure he went in and got 2 or 3 songs done. Yeah. But like now that he had the studio time kind of given to him, obviously as he was getting bigger, he started freestyling more, and that's like he had already been doing it, but he was just writing to make sure he got stuff done. But like you just see like
he just seemed like a real
Death Race of Love too.
Guy.
Death Race of Love, like you literally see that he freestyled that whole album, and you'll be listening to it. It just blows my mind so much more every time that I think about that.
Just seeing like from the videos he was in, like he just seemed just like a good guy to be around. He was fun to be. He
just brought a very positive energy, no matter what state of mind he may be in. Because obviously, he more than likely, if you ran into him, he's going to be he's not going to be sober. That's basically what I'm saying. But he still brought that positive energy. Like he gave off the indication that he wasn't, like he tried to maintain that good, like just positive energy.
Just gave off a good vibe, I that's what Adam said in his tribute video too. He said like it seemed like every single person in the industry, like not one person was talking bad about him. Like,
the only one
everybody
that
literally liked
was,
him.
Takashi, but come on, dude, he's irrelevant right now. Fuck him.
Fuck Takashi.
But yeah. Obviously, Joyner Lucas had some comments. He had a tweet. I can actually pull it up.
He did.
He said something about Juice's death. He said, Juice WRLD was 21. He was a product of our generation of rappers who glorified drugs and made it cool. I'm blaming y'all blank for this shit. All that lean and pills blank, glorify, and talk about. You teaching kids to do it. Shake my head, you happy now. RIP Juice WRLD, gone too soon. Look.
G Herbo had a lot to say about that, too.
At the end of the day, I see where he's coming from, though, because, yes, there are a lot of rappers that do rap about, like, obviously, lean, pills. I mean, a bunch of rappers do. And Juice has definitely harped on a couple of those influences.
I'd say I'd just say that the tweet came a bit quick.
Yes, it came quick. A little bit quick. But here's my thing. At the end of the day, though, Juice was ultimately the one who decided to put himself in that situation, Like, he is the one that ultimately decided that he was going to do these different types of pills.
But it's like at the same time, though, like, Adam talks about this, you he blew up so fast. Like, he's going through, like, all the success is coming at you so quick.
Yeah, because
you're hearing from all angles, like, this, what you're doing is fine, what you're doing is right. So he keeps, he didn't really have time to, like, sit back and reflect on, like, I need to get my stuff together, because everything was already, like, together from a different perspective. Mm-hmm. So you can't just say that, he was addicted, he put himself in that situation.
That's the thing people don't look at either. Like, I guarantee you he probably sought help more than once. I wouldn't doubt that. Like, it's so tough when you're on something at a younger age too. Just like, I don't know, the withdrawals are insane. Like, you will literally, I remember reading something with his one girlfriend, I think he was trying to slow down or quit for her, and he was literally throwing up from the withdrawals, and that's the only reason why he relapsed again, because he just couldn't, he couldn't, like, go on feeling that way.
His body
literally in
got
pain,
used to that,
literally in
dosage,
pain, bro.
So it's like he felt that responsibility to his fans and to his music, that he put that in front of.
But I think
getting help,
because like, even after the Peep thing and other things like that, I felt like everybody then was like, yeah, we're gonna quit. But then it's like, it almost, like, a few months later, it's almost like people necessarily may not have actually quit. Mm-hmm. I think this one, I've seen a lot more people that I would have never thought come out and say certain stuff about getting off other things now. Like, I never thought I'd see Juicy J tweet something about, like, he said something about sorry the other day. I never
sorry
thought,
if I made drugs cool. I think that's something what he said.
Because I mean, I love Juicy to death too. Juicy's a legend. I love listening to his music.
Everyone knows
Juicy,
of course. A legend. Come on.
808 Mafia too.
I'm gonna be playing Juice WRLD in my speaker
forever.
No
I mean, I already did. Like, you guys did too. I mean, we're always all together. Like, we listen to him every day.
Every single day. Fucking day, man. Because there's always a valuable lesson to be taken from each song too, man.
Me and you were hanging out, like, maybe 2 weeks before he passed away. Like, that was the first time I had heard "Ain't Living Right." And,
I showed
He showed me that song, and then, like, after I heard that song, I was like, I got a brand new appreciation for Juice. Like,
dude, the future Juice album's got some vibes.
I was like, I'm really about to start. I'm gonna like him even more now, and then just to have that happen.
I'm saying,
it's just crazy, man. He was so young. Like I've said before, he was us, man. Just imagine us going through all that fame. Like, definitely with fame, there comes a price. And I'm not saying that he deserved death, because obviously Juice is fucking amazing. No one wished death upon Juice. It's just, it was an unfortunate situation he got into on the plane. And
I always hope that, like,
it sucks, man.
It's obviously just such a tragic incident, but, like, I just hope that the people like Ski, Scheme, DJ Scheme, like all the even all the Lyrical Lemonade people, Cole, Glow Up, Jake, everybody who was real close to him like that, his girlfriend even, like, I hope they are able to get through it at some point eventually, because
it's gonna take a while, man.
That is, I don't even know, dude.
It sucks, but
I couldn't
on a more
believe
positive note, let's transfer over to Jack Boys, man. I gotta get up for Jack Boys, bro. Hell yeah. All props to Travis for this one, man. This is hot. This is fucking hot.
I like this album a lot.
I love it.
I like the hype around it too. He didn't, like, I felt like it wasn't built up for a long time.
No.
He kind of came out with the announcement about it only a few months ago or something, you know? Like, we hadn't been knowing about it for a year.
I mean, he mentioned something. No, he mentioned something in Indianapolis, though.
Remember but, like,
he said something about a new album, but he didn't necessarily specify.
I felt like it wasn't a huge
Boys
announcement, you know? Like, we knew it was going to be released by the end of the year, like, a few months ago, finally. So then we were all like...
And supposedly there's more pieces to this album coming.
I'm sure a lot of people out there saw that track list, but how we said, you told me that they were thinking about releasing it into parts.
Yes.
But I was talking to another friend of mine last night, and he was telling me that it's probably going to be the parts, but, like, each part is kind of going to be assigned more so for one of the Jack Boys. Like this one was more
Don.
Tolliver's.
Yeah.
More
but
Don's.
the only problem is, man, you know who's gonna be next. It's gonna be Shaq, which I don't have a problem with Shaq. I think Shaq's good.
I want to see the bangers though. Like
yes,
that's
I want to
his
see
chance.
another Mo Bamba.
That's his chance to
Okay.
come. That's his chance to get out.
Now, I'm
here,
not
bro.
saying I don't want it played as much as Mo Bamba is, because the Mo Bamba effect.
Oh, they're gonna do that no matter what.
God.
I mean, but even like being that artist, I bet he's even tired of hearing it sometimes.
Oh yeah, because even DaBaby said it. He said that he's tired of performing Suge.
Yeah.
He's sick of it.
If
I
it's
mean, they
popping,
love
they're
that they
gonna
made
do
it. Obviously, like it's great when that is a thing, but like things can be overplayed. You remember God's Plan?
Yeah.
Oh, that
that was bad.
I love that song to death, and that ruined the popularity ruined it for me.
But
Like,
I mean, I liked Jack Boys. I liked the features on the album. You got Baby, Lil Baby. You got that one chick from Rosalina. I think that's her name.
Yeah.
Pop Smoke. Luxury Tax 50.
I like
He's
him.
spit.
He's nice.
He
nice.
was on the I was telling you guys, he's on the Travis documentary at the Super Bowl when he's on the phone
Yep.
with his homie. That's Luxury Tax 50 in prison.
That's dope that he's out now.
I know.
He
said,
was fire
said,
on
I'll
that
be out
song.
in 2 weeks. I'll see you then.
He was
That's
fire
dope.
on that song.
You know
That was
Travis
nice.
immediately probably picked him up from prison, took him to the stew, got him some
Oh,
clothes,
yeah.
change up
Like
a little
Bobby
bit.
probably
Shmurda
getting
here in a
change
couple
up.
weeks.
Bobby Shmurda's coming. He gets out
Migos
soon,
even
bro.
said he's gonna have him on the album.
Oh, yeah.
Shit!
Oh, look out.
You know Bobby's been writing some fire lyrics in prison.
Oh, he's
bro.
about to snap.
You know he is, man. I'm excited for that. Excited for Shmurda's
Hey, but like,
emergence.
but even with Jack Boys, like,
I think Shmurda could be on Jack Boys too, bro.
Dude,
Maybe
I could
he's
see-
released in one.
I could see him and Shaq making some music together.
Oh,
Shaq's
him
from
and-
New
oh,
York.
yeah.
Him and
Shaq's from
Shaq
New
would
York.
spit, bro. Honestly, you comment on Shaq's lyrics. I mean, yeah, Shaq lyrically may not be all there at times, but I think his energy that he brings to each and every song
Exactly.
is something very valuable.
I think the energy is something Jack Boys is like.
It's
That's
a
what they're
hard
trying
song,
to.
you know,
That's
like-
what they're trying to put out. You know.
And I definitely think when Shaq's parts are like like they make parts just for Shaq, you know, when they mainly just implement Shaq and his obviously what he brings to the table musically. I mean, they're gonna mostly bring out the energy. Like that's gonna be the main focal point of the album. Like I think this one was the main focal point was Don's lyricism because Don lyrically I think's amazing. He's a great storyteller.
And like I love how they put out the little short movie for it.
Oh, the
you
short
know?
movie was awesome.
And then they had the Gang videos already out, and they put a fucking Tesla Cybertruck in it.
Then I think they had like a Tesla 4-wheeler too. Did you see that? How dope that motherfucker was?
He was riding on it with the
Dude.
flamethrower.
But the Tesla truck, like that Robo truck that came
That's
out, looks
just-
nothing like the prototype. Though the prototype that came out looked clean.
Hey, I don't
that
give a
looks
fuck.
too fucking square.
I don't
and
give a
angled and
fuck.
shit.
That
I mean,
thing
I don't
was.
even know.
I just think it's sick that
If
they
he
put
rocks
that in
with
the
it, I'm
video.
rocking with it.
I swear,
Now,
I'm
will
just
you
hyped
see-
that they put it in the
Will you see
video.
me riding that thing? Probably not. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. But if Travis was whipping it, fuck yeah, hop in the trunk.
I was just about to say, I'm like, that's the first thing I think I've heard you say that Travis was involved in that you didn't like.
Give us some inspiration, boys. What we got?
Boys, well, one quote that I saw from earlier today that I loved. It says, "Stop telling people your business. Some people talk to you so they can talk about you." That's somewhat true. I can see where they're coming from there because I think a lot of people, they want to see you do good, you know? Like, they want to see you prosper, but not better than they are.
I feel
you know? But in a sense, I feel like this quote is somewhat kind of bullshit though at the same time because guys like us, we want to tell people our business when it comes to the podcast because we want our name to get out there, you know? But when it comes to like some of your other personal shit, maybe you want to keep that in, you know? I think that's what the quote's mostly talking about. You know, they're talking about your personal business, your personal feelings or beliefs, you know? So
I like that.
I definitely think I think the main focal point for this quote was just definitely don't keep your personal bullshit to yourself.
Be aware.
You don't want anybody else hearing your bullshit. Because I'm
Exactly.
telling you, there's so much negativity
don't
in this
care.
world, and you don't want any negative energy going around about you. You know, no negative vibes
Exactly.
going around. You know.
But I chose a quote from Walt Disney. Actually, I saw it going through social media like a
Walt
week
Disney's
ago.
a
I was like,
very
fuck it. I saved
Very
I saved the little
successful
picture.
man.
But
very.
yeah.
His whole body's frozen. You know that, right? He's one of the
Yeah.
only
No
people
way,
that froze his
seriously.
body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking
So
It's
maybe
kinda
one
creepy,
day
but it's
when
kinda cool,
we can
yeah.
create like a revival device. He can get revived and well, hey!
That's fire.
Just imagine that they melt him
dreams
down.
come true.
That is fire.
I'm back.
That would be crazy.
Can you imagine that?
Oh my god. What it do, baby?
I'm back.
What it do, baby?
I'm back.
What if he did?
The
have,
name's
like,
Walt.
What's the quote though? What's the quote?
Alright, the quote. Alright. I said the name's Walt. But alright, his quote was, "It's the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing." And I just thought that's just, I mean, how I try to live my life every day. Like, I'd rather like to get started on what I'm trying to do rather than just sit around and keep talking about it to other people, rather than get out and actually do it finally. Like, you know?
Get out and do it. Just do it.
It's like what we did here, you know? We finally started this
Hey,
thing. We
Nike
love doing it
says
now.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do
I think
it.
I'm gonna go with one that I used that we would have for my high school basketball team every day. Like we would have to have a quote each day at practice. So if you had to memorize that, like at any point in the practice, our
That's
coach
kind
could
of nice
just
too, though, because he probably got him in the vault right now.
yeah, exactly. At any point in the practice, he could be like, "What's the quote of the day?" And if you don't have it, we're all on the line running a suicide. So you have to like kind of. But I like this one. Like look at and a lot of those quotes we had, I look back on as like, wow, these were good quotes to know at that age, like going up. But this one was just, if what you did yesterday, we would kind of focus on this after a win. Like if what you did yesterday still impresses you today, then you haven't done squat today. So it's basically saying, you know, don't be satisfied with where you get and if like where you're at now. Just stay hungry for more. Like because if that's still impressing you, then there's nothing that you can be improving on today to get better for the future. So
Hey, you know ASAP. You know the slogan: always striving and prospering. That's what it's all about.
Hey, we're here to
man.
entertain, learn and inspire.
So like, subscribe,
And
comment on us.
Yep, yes sir, man. Well,
been
thank
real.
y'all for tuning in. Like they said, like, comment, subscribe, press that red bell button to get notified when we post content. All right. See ya.